Hello, sir.
Yeah, now it's showing live.
Okay, it's okay right now. Yes. So I'll give you an overall brief how we are going to do the session. First of all, this university as USTBC will be present. Sorry. ওনার নাম
No, no, you are breaking up. I can't hear you properly. আমি পুরো ভালো শুনতে পাচ্ছি না।
আচ্ছা ফার্স্টে আমরা শুরু করবো আমরা প্রজেক্টের একটা ব্রিফ দিব অলমোস্ট স্টুডেন্ট আর হিয়ার আমি একটু দেখাই অডিয়েন্স এবং সবাইকে স্টুডেন্টস আর হিয়ার তো আমরা ঠিক এক্স্যাক্টলি আর 5 থেকে 10 মিনিটের মধ্যে উইল বি স্টার্টিং অফ এরপর প্রথমে I'll give you a project intro actually what the project is all about এরপর এখানকার একজন ডিন বিজনেস স্কুলের ডিন will give a speech maybe 5 মিনিটের মতো দেন আরো দুজন স্পিকার আছে ফার্স্টে ডিন দিবে দেন এখানকার একজন সিনিয়র প্রফেসর will give a speech মানে who was actually ex dean former dean then the VC তারপর will be start off with your session. I guess exactly your session will start 15 to 20 minutes এর মধ্যে now.
কে স্পিচ দিচ্ছেন তিনজন?
ফার্স্টে আমি দিচ্ছি about the project then এখানকার বিজনেস স্কুলের ডিন দিবে then former dean স্পিচ দিবে then the vice chancellor of this university.
আচ্ছা,
then it's your session.
আচ্ছা, অডিয়েন্সের স্টুডেন্টরা কি are they primarily from
business school? Most of them are business school and next third to fourth year student.
Okay.
Business school CS department এর অনেকে আছে.
Okay.
So I guess almost half of the students have already arrived.
When I shared with you the slides the other day,
Slides?
Remember I was showing you a PowerPoint slide?
দেখেছি আমি yes.
The slide takes over the full screen or it comes at one part of the screen?
Whole screen.
Okay.
Sir, আমি ওই যে Q&A সেশনটা বলেছিলাম I'll be writing the questions up here.
Oh, আমি ওই যে I took a look at the first session, the Sumaya Kazi's one. And I saw that she did some open communication through Twitter and Facebook, and I'll probably make that available as well. So if the students are sending me questions at Twitter or Facebook, I should be able to receive them as well.
Okay. এটা খুবই ডিফিকাল্ট বাট এখানে অনেক কোশ্চেন আছে লাস্ট আপনি যে আমাকে কতগুলো কোশ্চেন দিয়েছেন তো সেগুলো অ্যাজ আ ব্যাকআপ কোশ্চেন তো আছেই সো টুইটার ফেসবুকে উই উইল ডু ইট লেটার পরে যখন ওরা আজকের পরে সেশন থেকে সবাই হয়তো জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারবে না বা সব কোশ্চেনের অ্যান্সার হয়তো আপনি আজকে দিতে পারবেন না তো ওইখান থেকে মানে পরে দে ক্যান আস্ক কোশ্চেন ইন আওয়ার ফেসবুক পেজ ওইখান থেকে ডাইরেক্ট আমাদের আইজিএন এর যে মানে অফিসিয়াল ফ্যান পেজ আর গ্রুপ আছে সেখান থেকে আই উইল লিংক ইউ ওই পেজটাতে আপনার ফেসবুক পেজ বা টুইটার পেজের সাথে
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I was just showing you a presentation with a video. So আমি একটু টেস্ট করতে চাই যে যখন ভিডিও চালায় what happens on your end, লাইনটা কি কেটে যায় নাকি কি? So আমি একটু টেস্ট করি।
Okay. Okay.
স্যার আপনি কি শুনতে পাচ্ছেন? হ্যালো।
Very low. I can't really hear it. ওরকম কিছু শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
আচ্ছা, লাইন ঠিক থাকে যাচ্ছে না। So মানে আমি আর লাইনটা কাটতে চাচ্ছি না। লাইনটা থাকুক, জাস্ট 5 মিনিটের পরে এখান থেকে ওকে।
Actually on your end ওদিক থেকে কি স্পষ্ট শোনা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ, ক্লিয়ারলি শোনা যাচ্ছে।
আচ্ছা।
ভিডিও ক্লিয়ার, সবকিছুই ক্লিয়ার। আর মানে আপনি জাস্ট খালি প্রজেকশনে নাই। সো আপনার যখন মানে ওরকম মিটিংটা হবে তখন আমি প্রজেকশন আর বড় স্পিকার অ্যাকচুয়ালি কানেক্ট করে দেবো। সো কারেন্টলি
Okay.
লুকিং এট মাই ল্যাপটপ আর হেডফোন দিয়ে অ্যাকচুয়ালি।
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Hello, sir. Are you there? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, actually online. Sir, we have a faculty from SUST who wants to talk with you. Actually, he's helping us to coordinate the whole session up here. So, has Mr.
Sure.
Musaddiq, sir.
হ্যালো, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
ওকে, ভালো আছেন দাদা?
আছি, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ।
জি, জি, জি।
It's
আপনার তো
amazing how you can connect nowadays.
yeah, yeah, and you are giving your best effort. Early in the morning you came to the university. Yeah. That's for us.
আপনি কোন ডিপার্টমেন্টে আছেন?
আমি বিজনেস অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন ডিপার্টমেন্টে আছি।
বিজনেস অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশনে।
জি, 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 জি। আপনার কি আশা হয়েছে শাহজালালে?
না, শাহজালালে কখনো আসা হয়নি। But
আচ্ছা,
I have a student here in my city,
ওকে,
from the computer science department, who is very close to us. So he comes to our house
আচ্ছা,
now, and he's a graduate of the computer science department of Shah. And he's doing
ওকে।
now his PhD right now at University of Maryland, Baltimore County. So
আচ্ছা, তার নাম কি নাম তার?
Omar Shihab. Omar
অমর
Shihab.
সিং। আচ্ছা, আচ্ছা,
So Shihab is very close, and he comes to our house all the time. And
ওকে।
7 বছরের একটা ছেলে আছে, তো তার সাথে ওর খুব ভালো থাকে, সবসময় শিহাব বলা
আচ্ছা,
করে।
আচ্ছা।
So I have heard many great things about Shahjalal, and because nowadays, you know how everything is connected.
জি,
So through Shihab, I always get Facebook feed about what is happening in Shahjalal, and you know all the things that are happening. I always get posts about that.
ওকে। That's a great initiative for us as well. আমরা বিজনেস ডিপার্টমেন্ট তো আপনার আসলে বেসিক্যালি কি যে ক্যারিয়ার ফোকাস নিয়ে মনে হয় আপনার ইয়েটা থাকবে নাকি তাদের হায়ার স্টাডি ইন অ্যাব্রড, মানে আপনার ইয়েটা কোন দিকে ফোকাস থাকবে আজকে?
I was basically thinking about talking about graduate studies, um, because my background is in computer science.
Okay, sir,
I was going to talk primarily about science and engineering related higher studies, but I can certainly talk a little bit about business related higher studies. The university that I teach at Loyola University, Maryland, has a very good MBA program, really prestigious MBA program. So I can talk about a little bit about the MBA program here or admission process and those types of things.
Fantastic. যেন ভালো হবে তারাও খুব enthusiastic এটা শোনার জন্য হায়ার স্টাডি এবং
Uh, uh, the audience, are they primarily all business students, or are there a mix of business students or engineering and computer science and
এই মুহূর্তে বিজনেস স্টুডেন্টরাই বেশি, তবে মিক্সড হবে। আমরা তো সবাইকে ইনভাইট করেছি, স্পেশালি
আচ্ছা
কম্পিউটার যেহেতু সায়েন্স অ্যান্ড টেকনোলজি ইউনিভার্সিটি, তো মোস্টলি সায়েন্সের ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডের ওরাই আসবে।
আচ্ছা আমি আপনার নামটা ধরতে পারিনি তখন।
জি জি, আমার নাম হচ্ছে মুসাদ্দেক।
মুসাদ, জি আমার পুরো নাম, আচ্ছা আমার পুরো নাম হচ্ছে মোহাম্মদ সলিমুল্লাহ রৌনক। তো বন্ধু বান্ধব সবাই আমাকে রৌনক বলেই ডাকে। আচ্ছা
জি 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 জি। আমরা খুব ব্র্যান্ডিং করেছি সিলেট অল দ্য প্রাইভেট ইউনিভার্সিটি ফার্স্ট এজ ওয়েল। সো সবাই আপনাকে দেখছে, আর ইনশাআল্লাহ আজকে প্রোগ্রামের পরে সবাই চিনবে। আর বাংলাদেশে আসলে সিলেটে আসার ইনভাইটেশন থাকতো, স্ট্যান্ডিং ইনভাইটেশন থাকতো।
সিলেট তো মানে টুরিস্ট স্পট, you go and you
জি
um, এবার আমি জানুয়ারিতে বাংলাদেশে গিয়েছিলাম। I was there for almost about a month, and I managed to just go out for a day to Cox's Bazar. But I was thinking about making a trip to Sylhet, just a family trip, vacation kind of. That didn't realize that just didn't happen.
ওকে, টাইম কনস্ট্রেন্ট ছিল আপনার মনে হয়, আসতে পারেনি।
Oh, the other thing that I can talk about to the students is if there are a lot of entrepreneurial minded. I have tried some entrepreneurial ventures, so I will probably talk about that a little bit. I will probably talk a little bit about the Bangladeshi education versus US education, how it differs.
এন্টারপ্রেনিয়রশিপ ইয়ে হলে তো আমরা কর্পোরেট সেক্টরের জন্য আলাদা কোনো প্রোগ্রাম অনেক সময় আপনি করতেই পারি।
আপনার কথা শুনতে পাইনি।
বলছি যে এন্টারপ্রেনিয়রশিপ প্রোগ্রাম যদি হয়, তাহলে কি আমরা কর্পোরেট সেক্টরে যারা প্রফেশনালস আছে তাদেরকে নিয়ে খুব একটা ইভেন্ট আপনার সাথে করা যায়?
হ্যাঁ, ডেফিনেটলি এন্টারপ্রেনারশিপের জন্য তো মানে কর্পোরেট সেক্টরের করা যেতে পারে। Mostly what I will probably talk about is my journey so far, and I think people will my takeaway message will probably be that you plan for things, but nothing happens in a straight lines. You take a lot of detours. Life is never a smooth line going up. So hopefully be able to motivate the students about if things are not working out, if something is looking like that it's not working out for you, maybe some other door will open
Sure.
and you will move forward. So basically I'll just share my life story, my career path so far, and hopefully students will get some motivation, some positives out of that.
Right. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Raunak. We'll come back to you again then later.
Okay.
Thank
Nice
you.
talking.
ঠিক আছে। হ্যালো স্যার। Hello, sir.
Yes.
Was the speed okay? মানে কথা বলেছিলেন, was everything okay? Speed, কথা ল্যাগ করছিল?
এখন it's okay. It's okay. The thing is that sometimes gets a little blurry. I have to concentrate a lot to figure out what is being said. I can hear the sound, but can't make sense of what is being said. So I may have to, if whenever I'm receiving anything from your end, I may have to ask you to repeat sometimes. So that's why I was asking that how is my sound on your end?
It was okay, but currently মানে আপনার মানে ভিজুয়ালের সাথে সাউন্ডটা কিছু কিছু জায়গায় mismatch করে,
Oh,
একটু ল্যাগ করে।
okay. So if I talk slowly, is that better? I think I may just talk slowly.
সেম সেম, এটা সমস্যা হবে না। সো একটু ল্যাগ করবে, and we are okay with that, so I guess problem হবে না।
Okay.
I guess we are about to start the session.
You're talking about my session or the
No, the overall program.
you have had all the speeches already?
Which one? Sorry, speakers.
The speakers?
No, not yet. One of them. We are waiting for the vice chancellor.
Okay.
would like to welcome all of you to the virtual session of Dr. Muhammad Raunak, Department of Computer Science, Biola University, Maryland, USA. The Honorable Vice Chancellor of Biola University, Professor Ibrahim of Kuya, will join us today. First, I'd like to invite Mr. Tony Staff, Project Manager of ID, Muhammad Bradford, to say something about the project and Muhammad Bradford.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How are you? Good afternoon. Uh, I heard that you have your class up to 5 and you have to wait for your class to attend this session. So I'm really thankful all of you have come and hope this session will give you something what you are waiting for. Before going or saying anything about this session, I would like to tell you what we do actually in Bangladesh Brand Forum. So all of you have heard, I guess, Bangladesh Brand Forum. So we deal with a couple of segments, among them which is the corporate segment, youth segment, and country segment, which is more or less related with the corporate social responsibility part. We have a business publication which is actually known as Bangladesh Brand Forum magazine, and it's a corporate magazine. Also, a student who is doing his BBA in business, and he can actually, it would be a very good thing for him as well. We do lots of brand consultancy things. We do event and engagements. This is actually our some of the images of Bangladesh Brand Forum magazine. This is the companies we work for. We do lots of research work with our own Prothom Alo ACI. Currently, we are dealing with Concord and Akis Group. Two of our research project is currently undergoing. And apart from that, in our event and activities part, we organize Bangladesh Brand Forum seminar. It's a flagship event, and we do it every year almost, starting from 2007. These are the images of some of the seminars. This is 2007, 8, 9. This is one of the most recent event which we did in 2013, and we actually invite the world's most famous influential speakers who are actually the leaders of different corporations all over the world. As you can see, some of them is the general manager of Coca-Cola, Bob Pickard, Professor Nirmala, who is actually in London Business Group, are very renowned faculty. We have another program which is the Leadership Summit, and we almost have it each year. This is some of the images of our Leadership Summit. This is the most recent Leadership Summit, which held on 2014, 22nd of March, and these were the speakers: Dr. Fazle Abed, sir, then Major General Richard Burr, who actually lead the Iran-Iraq war. Most of them are very prominent and very significant in terms of business sectors, and all over the societies as well. This is another segment we deal with, which is the Women Leadership Summit. We deal with the students, actually the women, female students, along with the professionals who are actually dealing with different corporate affairs and all. Another one of the most key segment of Bangladesh Brand Forum is the Best Brand Award. We actually recognize and award the best communication throughout the industry, in corporate and overall industry. These are some of the pictures of Bangladesh Brand Forum Best Brand Awards. We are the one who actually bring Philip Kotler to Bangladesh in 2011. These are some of the pictures of it. We organized World Marketing Summit, the first World Marketing Summit. In there were 70 international speakers, including Philip Kotlers and all. And it was a 3-day event. Honorable Prime Minister was the chief guest, and all of the distinguished states outside Bangladesh were also present. And it's a 3-day event. So these are some of the images. Another key segment of Bangladesh Brand Forum is Meet Bangladesh, where we actually try to connect Bangladesh with the foreign world, where we try to give a positive image those who are living abroad. A very innovative idea, I guess. and these are some of the seminars we did all over the world. UK chapter in 2010, USA in 2011, and so forth. This is actually why I am here. ID. It is a project which actually deals with the youth, inspiring the generation next, and it is done through a collaboration with Edward M. Kennedy, U.S. Embassy, and American Center. Actually, they helped us, and we both together organized this with the objective of inspire the youth and connect them with the diasporas. There has been lots of back and forth research how actually we can groom our youth. As we know that currently we are in a state where Bangladeshi's youth is in a very potential zone, and if we calculate it in any time of history, and most of the youths are currently very innovative. They do have lots of ideas. So we come up all these things to connect them with the right entity, with the right professionals, to groom them, to guide them towards their dream and all. We have two segments of this project. Before going into that, this whole project is designed by you. Even the name I need came from a student. So each and everything from their perspective, from their ideas. Working with youth is very difficult because most of them are very dynamic. They come up very with different versatile ideas. Some of them are not even realistic in today's world, but these are the ideas of the future. So we actually struggle, I would say, a bit working with them. We have to change the module of the project by time, and we come up with this module currently. But I'm expecting that things would get engaged because hooking up youth is something very difficult. So you cannot engage someone maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Research says youth if you do not have an interest in it. So these are some of our session pictures. This is the first segment of our session, which deals with direct one-to-one communication with the diaspora communities. Diaspora communities actually means those who are living abroad, the Bangladeshis, who are currently doing wonderful all over the world, the Bangladeshis. In other words, we can say that the NRBs, non-residential Bangladeshis. So these actually, today why we are here is another reason we will be doing this kind of session. Apart from it, we have a web platform which actually deals with the same way but for a longer period of time. Say for there would be a pool of students who will be doing this kind of session with these mentors, these NRBs, these diasporas, and it might be for 1.5 months to 2 and 3 months. So you will be doing your overall sort of, I would say, internship. Your overall grooming session would be done under those diasporas, and this is actually the platform we are doing. It's sort of a little Facebook, which actually helps you connect with them, communicate with them. So this is actually another page of this website. So it's already open. You have our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/IGNBD, Inspiring Generation Next. So you can get registered on that website and wait for your call to attend this famous diasporas. So these are actually some of the pictures. Uh, After this session, we have already some sessions upcoming. Among them is Dr. Saad Andalib. Dr. Rehnuma Saad Andalib is currently the Vice Chancellor of Breck University. But even though he is not living outside Bangladesh, we will be engaging him. I guess it could be in the next month. I have actually a video describing the whole session. So I would like you all to watch this, and let me just connect it to the sound box.
Bangladesh, the shining star.
Thank you. So this was more or less all of it about the project. Actually, we described the three or key phases of it. First one was the e-publication, and this is a publication which would be spread all over the world to the NRB communities. And in this project, actually, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is helping us. The Prime Minister Office is helping us. The second phase was actually what we are doing right now, engaging with them. So we need to create a both side rapport. Say for the told them the good stories of Bangladesh. Usually, if they actually saw news, they most of the time they saw the negative part of Bangladesh. But there are some good things. There are some the brighter parts which actually Bangladesh do. And because of lack of communication, they are unable to know that. So we actually are trying to portray those in a positive way and spread the news. And that's it. Thank you.
First, I'd like to mention Dr. Muhammad Raunak has a teaching experience of over 14 years, home years, and home and below. He established over 14 research for various computer science engineering topics. He has been awarded several times for executive research achievements. Besides, he regularly speaker several international seminars. Summits. His expertise covers simulation validation, software testing, and process analysis. We're going to have a question and answer session after the first question. The audience can write their questions and differentiate during the session and hand it over for volunteers. We have two volunteers on the video. Volunteers, please raise your hands. And they're going to deliver that sheet of paper where you can write the name, your department, the email address, and possibly phone number. So when we deliver a question and note, we're going to make sure that Dr. Rona will see that. Now I'd like to request our technical team to establish the connection with Dr. Rona from the site. It's going to take some time, so I'd like to see you.
Sir, we will have your session now. So you will be going live right now on the projector. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just 1 second.
you're in the projector right now, so here it is. So you can start.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning from the eastern part of the U.S. I guess it's good evening in Bangladesh. Can you hear me properly?
Projection. I guess start. Okay, sir. We can hear you. We can see you.
Very nice. Thank you. All right. So it's definitely a great honor and a pleasure to talk to Shahjalan University students. And I only see dark faces. Just to get an idea, yeah, show of
Can we turn off
hands,
the lights?
all
Lights
the
off for a second.
students.
So we actually turned off the lights so that you are clear in the projector.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to get a sense of the room. Okay,
Now you can see everyone.
a little bit, yes. All right, so, okay, I will start and probably I will yeah, that's much better. I can see some faces as well. That's very nice. Okay, so I will begin. Once again, thank you to Bangladesh Brand Forum with their I Lead project to connect me with the students of Shahjalan University. Thank you, Shahjalan University. I know the Honorable Vice Chancellor is supposed to be for hosting it, and of course, thank you for all of you to come and listen to me. Hopefully, I can share something of interest to you. And my name is Karimullah Raunak, Muhammad Raunak. Friends call me Raunak. Uh, my students call me Dr. Raunak. But what I will try to do today is hopefully share my journey so far, becoming an assistant professor at Loyola University, Maryland, starting from Bangladesh, coming to the United States, studying over here, going back to Bangladesh, teaching, doing entrepreneurial stuff, coming back, doing PhD, teaching in Bangladesh, teaching here in America, studying in different places. So I will probably basically talk about my journey so far, my career path, and hopefully, since this is a program about inspiring Generation Next, hopefully the journey that I share will be inspiring, motivating, if nothing else, entertaining. I will talk a little bit about whether you go for graduate school or not, whether you should go for master's or PhD or not, whether you should go to United States for your master's or PhD, or whether you should try other places. I will talk about how you prepare, what are the things to think about, what are the things to look at, and I will also talk about trying ways in different places, connecting to people, and hopefully by the time we come towards the session, you may have some questions, and I will try to answer them. Now, just to get a sense, what I was trying to say earlier, are there all business students here, or do we have also science and technology and engineering students? I just see a show of hands of all the business students. Could you raise your hands if you're a business student? Okay, very nice. Thank you. How about my personal background is in computer science. So how about computer science students? Computer science students there? Very few. What about engineering students or any other sciences? A few. Okay. All right. We at least have a handful of science and engineering students, but we have mostly business students. So I will try to talk more about entrepreneurship. I will try to talk more about MBA program than the master's degree programs and things like that. Okay. So uh, just to tell you a little bit about myself. I started from Bangladesh. I was raised primarily in Dhaka. I went to Dhaka Residential Model School. Does anyone know that place, Dhaka Residential Model School, Dhaka Residential Model College? Okay, all right. So it's a very nice school in Dhaka, and now, most interestingly, that's Bangla medium school, right? So I went to a Bangla medium school all my life, and I'm very proud of that fact. Okay, and what happened after that is that I got an opportunity when I was in my first year in college, intermediate. And after first year in college, I got a wonderful opportunity. I grew up as the only child. My father, my mother, both of them were government officials, and I didn't have any brother or sisters, so I kind of grew up by myself. But I did have a lot of uncles and aunties. Mama khala, অনেক মামা খালার সাথে বড় হয়েছি আমি। So what has happened is that when I was Dhaka Residential Model School, I was in studying. We had these huge fields. If you have ever been to that place, in the middle of Dhaka city, we have so nice, such nice facilities for playing, and we had wonderful opportunities of doing sports and cultural function. And I was always involved in all those things, doing stuff, doing sports, and being involved in all those extracurricular activities, if you will. Of course, we had wonderful professors, teachers, but in addition to that, I was pretty much involved with a lot of other stuff. So, for example, after my SSC, in my first year of HSC, intermediate, I became the cultural prefect of our college. And being the cultural prefect, you organize a week-long 21 February we used to have a 7-day cultural program. So you're primarily responsible for organizing that cultural program. And I also participated in, poetry recitation competition, extemporaneous speech competition, acting competition. It was really fun. But the most interesting thing I thought I should share with you is that at that time, my mother, who was a government official herself, came to a master's program at Harvard University. So she had a scholarship. She came to Kennedy School of Government to do her master's at public administration, MPA. So I actually came up with her. So I came to Cambridge, Massachusetts. That's where Harvard University is. Now, Cambridge, you must have probably heard of this city called Boston. Boston is actually next to Cambridge. And in Cambridge, you have these two famous universities. Do you know about the other university that is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, in the United States? Anyone? That's fine.
Sir, can you speak a bit slower? Because
Okay,
okay.
that is what I was thinking. So, Cambridge, Massachusetts has two very famous universities. One is Harvard University, one is MIT. Now, MIT is not only great engineering school, it has actually a great MBA school as well. Now, when I came to United States by 11th grade, I found out that you can actually study in high school for free. So that was very interesting. I actually got into the high school, Cambridge Reed and Latin School. So Cambridge has two universities, Harvard and MIT, but one high school, Cambridge Reed and Latin High School. And that's where I got in as the 12th grade. Now think about it. If you imagine a Bangladeshi student going after SSC, finishing the first year of HSC, suddenly finding himself in the high school environment of the United States. So that was a very interesting experience. I learned that to graduate from high school, meaning to get an equivalent of an HSC degree in US, you have to learn swimming, for example. It's mandated by the state. You have to learn a foreign language. আমাদের দেশে তো আমরা we don't basically try to teach our students foreign languages, or we don't try to actually impose other requirements such as you have to learn swimming. এমন যদি হতো যে বলা হতো যে ইন্টারমিডিয়েট পাস করতে হলে সবাইকে সাঁতার জানতে হবে, that would be funny, but that is basically how US high school systems are in some places. And uh, the thing that I will share with you is when আমরা আমাদের ইন্টারমিডিয়েট ধরনের পড়াশোনা করি, তা কিন্তু বেশ অত্যন্ত উচ্চমানের পড়াশোনা. The standard, the curriculum that we have, we should be proud of. I will give you an example. আমি প্রথম দিন হাই স্কুলের ওদের 12th গ্রেডে গিয়ে কেমিস্ট্রি ক্লাসে বসলাম. I was in the chemistry class and the professor was talking about, the teacher was talking about what he is going to cover throughout this semester. Now remember, আমি কিন্তু intermediate first year শেষ করে গেছি. So because I finished my first year in intermediate, I was there and I was thinking, what these things they are talking about, this is one of the highest level of chemistry class you can in high school, in the intermediate level of US. I know that those things. At the end of the class, I went to the teacher and I asked her, what will you cover throughout the year? আপনি সারা বছরে কি কি পড়েন? So she actually told me that, okay, we're going to cover this thing and that thing and that thing. And I said, we all know those things. We have covered them in my 9th and 10th grade back in Bangladesh. And then she was asking me some small questions like, okay, if we mix sodium chloride with potassium nitrate, what do we get? I can tell it right away. She was asking me questions like, how many electrons are there in the outer circle of fluorine, for example? Intermediate or first year pass করা একটা ছেলের বাসায় মানে these are fresh. So I was really could answer all the things that she was asking me, and she was going like, oh Jesus. And then she basically said, okay, let's write a letter to your guidance counselor, and you take the guidance counselor and you get reassigned to courses. So what she basically wrote is that don't give that student any regular course. Give him all advanced placement. So what that means is when you are in the United States high school system, you can take courses that are of university level. Those are called AP courses, advanced placement courses. So you can take AP calculus, you can take AP physics, you can take AP biology. And what happens is that if you do well in that course, you get credit for it when you go to college, when you go to university. So when you start your undergraduate degree, if you have taken already some advanced placement courses, you don't have to take them again at the college level, at the university. So my guidance counselor then assigned me to all advanced placement courses: AP Biology, AP Physics, AP Calculus, and my American friends, they used to laugh at me. Like, are you taking three AP level courses? And that's where I thought you should at least know that coming from Bangladesh, we're actually pretty good in math and science. We have a pretty good background in math and science. But another interesting thing, but the intermediate level in the US allows you to actually not only have these required courses, you also have to learn about history. Now, what happens in Bangladesh? We start in a particular direction, we take a science track, or we take a humanities track, or we take a commerce track, and we don't necessarily study from other sides. But if you are a US high school graduate, you have a certain level of knowing US history. So I had to learn about US history. I had to learn about US Constitution. Now imagine this. What would happen if we said that every college student, every intermediate student will have to learn Bangladeshi Constitution? Think about it. Exactly what US has done for its students. You learn US Constitution. You have to know your rights. And they talk about it in class. You have to learn about US history. They talk about it in class. And of course, you have to learn about some language. And there was a foreign language requirement to get a degree in high school. And I said, okay, you want a foreign language? I can give you a foreign language. I have Bengali, Bangla. So treat Bangla as the foreign language. If you take Bangla as the first language, it's a foreign language for me. So that was another requirement. So I got graduation. That's a wonderful experience for me. And my mother, because I told you that I'm a child, I don't have any brother or sister, convinced me that I should come back to Bangladesh. And I should study my undergraduate degree, my bachelor's degree back in Bangladesh. So I agreed with her. She slowly, tried to convince me, and I agreed with her. And I came back to Bangladesh. Now, it was early 90s, and listen to this. You will probably find it amusing. I came back to Bangladesh, and now I have to apply to universities. Dhaka University, Shahjalal was not there at that point. Jahangirnagar University or BUET. And suddenly, the degree I had, the 12th grade, after finishing 12th grade in America, you get high school graduation. Now, in Bangladesh, when you say, okay, I have a high school graduation, meaning 12th grade in the United States, they say, what is that? No one knows what that is. At that time, people know about O level. We're so used to the British system. We know about O levels, we know about A levels, and people didn't know about high school graduation. So, interestingly enough, I had to go to the education ministry. I had to go to the education ministry looking for equivalent certificate. I had to convince them, look, I have this American high school degree. This is equivalent to our intermediate. And they looked at all the curriculum and things like that, and they gave me an equivalence intermediate degree so that I could apply to Dhaka University, I could apply to Jahangirnagar University, I could apply to other places. But then, remember what happened? I was in the chemistry class, and the chemistry professor said, this guy knows too much. Let him just sign to all the upper level advanced placement courses, no regular course. So when I was placed in the upper level biology class, the advanced placement biology class, that conflicted with the advanced placement chemistry. So I did not get to actually take the AP chemistry. Now that was a problem because Buet said that to get into the engineering program at the Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology, you have to have both in your 11th grade and your 12th grade physics, chemistry, and maths. I had math, I had physics. I didn't have chemistry because I sort of um, tested out of it. So I couldn't actually give admission test to Buet. Now at that time, a most interesting thing happened, which was I could give an admission test to Dhaka University or Yangon University, but the very first private university came along as North South University. North South University is a very expensive school. I couldn't afford that. And চাকরি করার ছেলে বা সরকারি চাকরি করে বাবা মার ছেলে লাখ লাখ টাকা দিয়ে করার কথা না। I couldn't actually just go and study at a private university, but I did take the admission anyway. They offered me a scholarship, and I actually said, okay, I'll start studying. And at that place is, you want to come in? Oh, I have my colleague next door. He just walked in to say hello to Bangladeshi people. This is Professor Dave Binkley. And if you know anything about the research of computer science, just go in Google and search. This is a big name guy, like one of the most famous researchers in software engineering research area. An avid runner, runs marathon all the time, and just my mentor. If you think that I will be able to, and if you guess, if you ask the question, do I get mentorship from? My next door colleague, Dave Binkley, is one of my mentors. He's a great guy, always smiling, always happy. The students love him, and he just is a great character. Just to give you some idea, I'll let him actually just say hi to you.
Sit down too, hey. That's a pretty good deal. I'd say good morning, but that's probably wrong. If you want a really good research project, one of the things that I'd like solved is the so but welcome. I hope that chat with Raunak here is going very well for you. It's certainly a fascinating and interesting discipline. I've enjoyed a number of years, to many years, working and researching in computer science, and there's no sign of slowing down. So ever increasing number of problems, challenges to work with, and I think you're going to have great joy work through those.
We also have an MBA program. There are some business students here.
Oh, excellent. Okay, all right. Yeah. The university has a broad, comprehensive range of programs. I have a very narrow focus. Can't imagine. Which includes offerings from the an MBA program and an executive MBA program. So those of you that, rather than being down in the gritty, would orchestrate how those things come together, then that MBA program is an excellent opportunity as well.
They can't talk.
Oh, all right. Ron told me that you shouldn't expect questions or anything because phones or something. Anything else that you don't know?
No, I will basically bring questions coming in specific.
All right. Very good. It was a pleasure to see you all.
Thank you so much. Yes, I will do that. I'll just close it so that I don't disturb you. That was very nice of Dave. He's next door, and I basically told him that I'll be talking to a number of Bangladeshi students at a university, and he said, "Okay, I will stop by and say hi." Yeah, sure, do that. As I said, great researcher, very famous, very well regarded just go to scholar.google.com and type in Dave Brinkley, and you will see how a big research came here. Okay, coming back. Okay, coming back, I was basically sharing my story about how, you know, you are going through, we were going to go through life, and you are going to come against these obstacles. And you're going to come against these obstacles thinking, what did I do to deserve this? And then hope you will find that you will going to get better opportunities in some cases. So when I didn't get to sit for the test at 12, I got admission at the very first university in Bangladesh. Got to study there on school free. I didn't pay, and then I actually got a great education because all the faculty members, many of the faculty members, were coming from the North American universities in the sabbatical. So আমাদের অনেক প্রফেসর ছিল যারা সরাসরি নর্থ আমেরিকা আমাদের গিয়ে পড়াতো। তো সেজন্য আমাদের জন্য চমৎকার একটা অভিজ্ঞতা ছিল আমাদের undergraduate education. But most importantly, I had some great friends. The very first batch of North-South which I am a part of, I am slowing down because I think something is being done to the screen.
It's okay. You can start now.
Okay. So, North-South University was really a great experience. We had wonderful teachers. We had people coming from all over the world teaching us. For example, one time I had a professor from South Africa, and in the class, he was supposed to teach compilers. If anyone computer science here who knows, they were supposed to teach compilers, and the very first day of class he says, I am first of all a musician, then an academic. I usually spend 9 months teaching, and for 3 months in summer I come to India to play sitar with a friend of mine. And we asked the question, who is that friend? And he was like, oh yeah, Ravi Shankar. So that professor was actually used to come to India to spend his summer playing sitar with Ravi Shankar. So we had wonderful professors, and we had wonderful time, a great bunch of friends. I have friends from my North-South University all over the world. Whenever I'm coming to America, if I'm stopping at in Qatar, there is a friend of mine who is working for Qatar National Bank. If we go to Australia, if I go to Europe, all over the place, Canada, we have friends all over the place. The very first batch of North-South private university, you know, people didn't know how it will turn out, but now, alhamdulillah, we had a number of really good students, talented students who have gone ahead on wonderful things. The first batch of North-South University have students have really placed themselves in many places, really established themselves. Now, here is part that I think you'll probably find really interesting, is that we were the pioneers. So when I graduate, I thought about myself, okay, I went to a private university. We didn't have it. You know, you have a beautiful campus at a university. North-South University at the early days was just a building. It was just a building in the middle of a city, Bonani. I was thinking, I always wanted to study in a private university. You know, especially Dhaka University. I wanted to study. I wanted to সোজা বাংলা কোথায় ঢাকা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে বসে যদি মধুর ক্যান্টিনে আড্ডা দিতাম তাহলে আমার এডুকেশন লাইফে তো আমি খুব একটা বড় কিছু করলাম না, ইন্টারেস্টিং কিছু করলাম না। তো তখন just for the fun of it, I actually took admission to the IBA, Institute of Business Administration. Now, you are all business school students here. I actually was an IBA student. I was an IBA student, the 31st batch. I was there, made great friends, and then I was actually by that time I had my admission at University of Massachusetts Amherst for my master's and PhD in science. So I didn't stay after 2 semesters. I think after 2 semesters, I was still maintaining very good academic standing. So I came out of North South University. There was no, gold medal system at that time. What we had is you get to become the valedictorian of the graduate class. So the valedictorian of the graduate class is the honor that you get. So I was the valedictorian of the very first batch of North South University, the very first private university of Bangladesh. And then I joined IBM, the 31st batch. After 2 semesters, I think I was probably the only couple, or maybe the only one, who was still maintaining a 4.0 GPA. So I said, okay, that's because see all this really talented group of students with you coming up of IIT, coming up with all the other places, and it was interesting to uh, convincing yourself, yeah, you are great. So at that time, you must be thinking, why aren't you doing a job? I actually was doing a job. I got into the very first.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, would it be possible to speak in Bangla and a bit slower?
Okay. Okay. So Tawfiq has said that it will be easier because of the lag to talk lower and to talk more in Bangla. Hopefully that will be more because of the technology, the lagging, যেহেতু খুব ল্যাগ হচ্ছে কথা বুঝতে অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, তো আমি চেষ্টা করে দেখি যদি আমি বাংলায় বলি তাহলে সহজ বোঝা যায় কিনা. Is that okay? Okay, give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you. আমি যেটা বলতেছিলাম যে নর্থ সাউথ ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে পাস করলাম আমি, তো সেখানে তো কোনো গোল্ড ছিল না, বাট একটা ছিল যেটাকে বলা হতো ভ্যালাডিক্টোরিয়ান। গ্র্যাজুয়েশনের সময় যে বিদায়ী ভাষণটা যে ছাত্রটা দেয় তাকে বলা হয় ভ্যালাডিক্টোরিয়ান। তো আই ওয়াজ দ্য ভ্যালাডিক্টোরিয়ান, ফার্স্ট ব্যাচ নর্থ সাউথ ইউনিভার্সিটি। আর তারপরে আমি আইবিএ ইনস্টিটিউট অফ বিজনেস অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন, আইবিএ তে 31st ব্যাচে ছিলাম। 31st ব্যাচে 2 সেমেস্টার থাকার পর সেখানেও আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আমার 4.0 2 সেমেস্টার পর্যন্ত। তারপরে যেটা করলাম আমি সেটা হচ্ছে হংকং ব্যাংক তখন বাংলাদেশে ব্রাঞ্চ খুলেছে, হংকং ব্যাংকে আমি জয়েন করি ওদের আইটি ডিপার্টমেন্টের আইটি অফিসার হিসেবে। হংকং ব্যাংক থেকে আমি যেটা আমার সবসময়কার স্বপ্ন ছিল যে আমি আসলে হায়ার স্টাডিজ করতে যাব। হায়ার স্টাডিজ ব্যাপারে আমি আমেরিকার ব্যাপারে বায়াসড ছিলাম সোজা কথা বলতে, কারণ আমেরিকার এডুকেশন সিস্টেম আমার আগে দেখা ছিল। আমি যখন হাই স্কুলে পড়তাম তার পাশেই ছিল হার্ভার্ড ইউনিভার্সিটি, তো আমি ঘুরে বেড়াতাম হার্ভার্ড ইউনিভার্সিটির ক্যাম্পাসে। হার্ভার্ড স্কোয়ারে বসে বসে দাবা খেলা দেখতাম, ওখানে লোকজন খুব মজার মজার কাজ করে সেগুলো দেখতাম। হার্ভার্ড ইউনিভার্সিটির যে লাইব্রেরি আছে সেই লাইব্রেরিতে দেখতাম। আর আমাদের বাসাটা ছিল এমআইটি ক্যাম্পাসে, সুতরাং ওই এমআইটি ক্যাম্পাসে যেতাম আমি টেবিল টেনিস খেলার জন্য। শুক্রবার দিন জুমার নামাজ পড়তে যেতাম ক্যাম্পাসে, ওরা ছাত্ররা ওইখানে নামাজ আয়োজন করতো, জুমার নামাজ পড়তে যেতাম এমআইটি ক্যাম্পাসে, খেলতাম ওখানে। তো আমেরিকান ইনস্টিটিউটের উপর, আমেরিকান ইউনিভার্সিটির উপর আমার একটা দুর্বলতা সেই শুরু থেকেই ছিল। তো সেই দুর্বলতার কারণে আমি খুব ভালো করেই জানতাম যে আমি যদি মাস্টার্স পিএইচডি করতে চাই, যেটা ইনশাআল্লাহ আমি যাব সবসময় মাথায় ছিল, তাহলে আমেরিকান ইউনিভার্সিটিতেই যাব। তো প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে যে কোথায় যাব। যেহেতু আমি ম্যাসাচুসেটসে ছিলাম, ম্যাসাচুসেটসে যাওয়ার আমার আগ্রহ ছিল বেশি। আর আমার আন্ডারগ্রাজুয়েট ছিলেন ডক্টর রিয়াজ খান, যিনি ব্র্যাক ইউনিভার্সিটি প্রতিষ্ঠার জন্য কাজ করেছেন, চাকরি করতেন ব্র্যাক ইউনিভার্সিটির। শুরুতে উনি যথেষ্ট পুরো পুরো উনি তো আমাদেরকে পার্ট টাইম পড়াতেন নর্থ সাউথ ইউনিভার্সিটিতে। রিয়াজ খান স্যার ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ ম্যাসাচুসেটস সামার স্কুল থেকে ম্যাথমেটিক্স করা ছিলেন। আমি ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ ম্যাসাচুসেটস এর প্রত্যেকটা স্টেটের, আমেরিকার প্রত্যেকটা স্টেট কিছু ইউনিভার্সিটি, যেমন ধরা যাক ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ ম্যারিল্যান্ড, আমি এখন যে স্টেটে থাকি সেটার নাম হচ্ছে ম্যারিল্যান্ড। ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ ক্যালিফোর্নিয়া, ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ ম্যাসাচুসেটস, বিভিন্ন স্টেটে বড় বড় ইউনিভার্সিটি থাকে এবং সেই ইউনিভার্সিটিগুলোর বিভিন্ন ক্যাম্পাস। তো প্রত্যেকটা ইউনিভার্সিটি স্টেট ইউনিভার্সিটি, আর বিভিন্ন ক্যাম্পাসের মধ্যে একটা ক্যাম্পাস হচ্ছে যেটাকে বলা যায় সবচেয়ে বড় ক্যাম্পাস বা ফ্ল্যাগশিপ ক্যাম্পাস। ম্যাসাচুসেটস এর ইউনিভার্সিটির ফ্ল্যাগশিপ ক্যাম্পাস হচ্ছে ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ ম্যাসাচুসেটস অ্যামার্সট। তো আমি ওখানে অ্যাপ্লাই করলাম এবং সেখানে মাস্টার্স এবং জন্য অ্যাপ্লাই করলাম এবং পুরো অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্টশিপ সহ অ্যাডমিশন করলাম। সেটা কিন্তু সহজ ব্যাপার ছিল না, এটা একটা লম্বা ব্যাপার ছিল এবং আমি আমার মেইনলি আসার চেষ্টা করি যে আমেরিকায় মাস্টার্স এবং পিএইচডি যাওয়ার জন্য কিভাবে প্রিপারেশন নিতে। তো সেই যখন আমি আইবি এমবিএ করছি এবং একই সাথে যখন ব্যাংকে তার পরবর্তীতে চাকরি করছিলাম, আমি আসলে প্রধানত যে কাজ করছিলাম সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমি ইউনিভার্সিটিগুলোতে, আমেরিকার বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটিগুলোতে প্রথম জিআরই দেওয়া একটা ভীষণ প্রিপারেশন নিয়ে জিআরই দেওয়া, ভালো জিআরই স্কোর করা, বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটি অ্যাপ্লাই করা এবং অ্যাপ্লাই করা একটা লম্বা সময়ের ব্যাপার। কারণ হচ্ছে যে ওই যে মেটেরিয়ালস গুলো তৈরি করতে হয়, যে আমার ট্রান্সক্রিপ্ট, আমার recommendation letters, those of you who are actually planning to apply for master MBA or masters in computer science or engineering or other places, you should plan ahead, আগে থেকে পরিকল্পনা করতে হবে। প্রথম কথা হচ্ছে যে ভালো জিপিএ, তো ভালো জিপিএ রাখাটা খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ, করতে হবে। তবে তার মানে না যে একদম না হলে গ্রাজুয়েট স্টাডিজ করতে যাওয়া যাবে না। মাঝারি ধরনের জিপিএ নিয়েও বড় হয়ে গ্রাজুয়েট স্টাডিজ করতে যাচ্ছে, ভালো স্কুলে যাচ্ছে। কিন্তু একটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ আরেকটা অংশ হচ্ছে জিআরই বা জিম্যাট এর জন্য প্রিপারেশন। জিআরই বা জিম্যাট এর জন্য প্রিপারেশন নিতে হলে কিছু সময় দিতে হয়। সুতরাং যখন when in third year, তখন থেকে কিন্তু একটু প্রিপারেশন করা উচিত। যদি স্বপ্ন থাকে যে আমেরিকার ইউনিভার্সিটিতে যে মাস্টার্স বা পিএইচডি করার বা এমবিএ করার, তাহলে এই বর্ষ থেকে, থার্ড ইয়ার থেকে ইউ শুড স্টার্ট প্রিপেয়ারিং, জিপি হোক সেটার জন্য। আরেকটা চারটা জিনিস লাগে একটা আমেরিকান ইউনিভার্সিটিতে যখন অ্যাপ্লাই করতে হয়, চারটা জিনিস প্রধানত দেখতে হয়। প্রথমটা হচ্ছে জিপিএ রেজাল্ট, দ্বিতীয়টা হচ্ছে জিআরই জিম্যাট স্কোর, তৃতীয়টা হচ্ছে রেকমেন্ডেশন লেটার্স from your professors, and number 4 is a statement of purpose that you will be writing, an essay, একটা রচনা লিখতে হয় সোজা কথা। তো এই চারটা জিনিস দিয়ে মূল্যায়ন করা হয় একটা ভর্তির জন্য আবেদন করছে আমেরিকার একটা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে। প্রথমত তাকে ভালো রেজাল্ট দেখাতে হচ্ছে, তারপরে তোমাদের টিচারদের সাথে you have to actually have a good relationship with your professor so that you get good recommendation letters. এবং এই recommendation letters এর জন্য you have to আমাদের দেশের প্রফেসররা একরকম ভাবে রেকমেন্ডেশন লেটার লেখে, আমেরিকার প্রফেসররা অন্যরকম ভাবে অনেক সময় রেকমেন্ডেশন লেটার আশা করে। যেমন কোনো একটা ছাত্রের যদি একটা বিশেষ গুণ থাকে যে সে খুবই অধ্যাবসায়ী, এই জিনিসটা যেন রেকমেন্ডেশন লেটারে উঠে। বা কোনো একটা ছাত্রের যদি এমন কিছু থাকে যে সে কোনো একটা প্রবলেম ইন্টারেস্টিং ভাবে সলভ করতে পারে, তাহলে তাকে এই জিনিসটা যদি রেকমেন্ডেশন লেটারে উঠে আসে, এই জিনিসগুলো সাধারণত দৃষ্টি আকর্ষণ করে অ্যাডমিশন কমিটি। অ্যাডমিশন কমিটি তো প্রচুর প্রচুর অ্যাপ্লিকেশন পায়। এই অ্যাপ্লিকেশন গুলোর মধ্যে থেকে তারা দেখার চেষ্টা করে যে ভালো রেজাল্ট এবং ভালো জিআরই বা জিপিএ স্কোরের বাইরে বাকি দুটো জিনিসের দিকে ভালো নজর দেয়। একটা হচ্ছে যে তার প্রফেসররা, তার টিচাররা তার রেকমেন্ডেশন লেটার সম্পর্কে কি বললো, আর দ্বিতীয়ত হচ্ছে যে তার যে স্টেটমেন্ট অফ পারপাস যে এসেটা লিখতে হয় অ্যাডমিশনের জন্য, সেটার ব্যাপারে আমি একটু বলে রাখি যে you are all business students, so you know about marketing, you know about selling. So when you are actually writing an essay, you are basically selling yourself. তো নিজেকে সেল করতে পারতে হবে যে আমি আই এম এ গ্রেট ক্যান্ডিডেট টু বিকাম অ্যাডমিটেড টু ইউর ইউনিভার্সিটি, এবং আমি সেই জিনিসটাকে প্রকাশ করতে পারতে হবে। মানে নিজেকে সেল করতে পারতে হবে, এবং ক্রিয়েটিভলি কনভিনসিংলি ইউ হ্যাভ টু বি এবল টু ডু দ্যাট। কনভিনসিংলি ক্রিয়েটিভলি সেল করতে পারা একটা বড় মজার মানে একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট অংশ। তো এই চারটা বিষয়, ভালো রেজাল্ট, জিআরই জিম্যাট ভালো স্কোর, রেকমেন্ডেশন লেটার্স, এবং 4 নাম্বার হচ্ছে এসে, যেটা একটা অ্যাডমিশনের জন্য লিখতে হবে। তার সাথে আরেকটা বড় কথা হচ্ছে যে হাউ উইল ইউ চুজ দ্য ইউনিভার্সিটি। আমেরিকাতে ৩,৫০০-এর মতো ইউনিভার্সিটি আছে। তো এই ৩,৫০০ ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে আমি কিভাবে চুজ করবো যে আমি কোথায় যেতে চাই? আমি একটু থামলাম কারণ আমার এদিকে ভিডিওটা স্টল হয়ে গেছে, মানে ওই দিকের ভিডিওটা থেমে গেছে। তো আমি বুঝতে পারছি না যে আমার দিকের ভিডিওটা যাচ্ছে কি যাচ্ছে না, এজন্য আমি একটু পজ দিচ্ছি।